What if one meal, just one, could begin to undo years of damage, quietly building inside your arteries right now? Today, we are not here to talk about what to cut out. We are here to talk about what to put in. Foods that actively protect, repair, and strengthen your cardiovascular system at a cellular level. But to understand how food heals your heart, you first need to understand what is attacking it.
Arterial plaque is not a single substance. It is a complex, hardened mixture of calcium, protein, and cholesterol that forms on the inner walls of your arteries. And here is what most people are never told. In many cases, the calcium in that plaque does not come from your diet. It comes from something called biofilms. Biofilms are microscopic colonies of bacteria that build tiny calcium shells around themselves, almost like microscopic igloos, allowing them to hide and survive beneath your immune system's radar.
These biofilms thrive on rough, damaged artery walls. A healthy, smooth artery is far less vulnerable. But the moment that inner surface becomes inflamed or irritated, it becomes a landing zone, and particles begin to stick. That damage almost always begins the same way, through oxidation and inflammation. The usual suspects are familiar: excess sugar and refined carbohydrates, processed oils high in omega-6 fats, alcohol, junk food, and in many cases, insulin resistance or early-stage diabetes.
When these factors persist, they trigger the production of small, dense LDL particles, the type most strongly linked to arterial plaque. Now, LDL itself is not the villain. Think of it as a delivery truck, carrying cholesterol through the bloodstream to repair damaged areas of the arterial wall. The real problem is when the damage never stops.
The repair material keeps piling up, mixing calcium, cholesterol, and fibrous proteins into a kind of biological cement. Over time, this hardens into plaque. Blood flow becomes restricted, and eventually, the consequences become serious.
Preventing this process, or even slowing it, depends heavily on 3 nutrients your body desperately needs. The first is vitamin K2. Think of it as the air traffic controller of calcium. K2 directs calcium into the bones and teeth where it belongs and keeps it out of soft tissues like arteries and joints. Without enough K2, calcium drifts to all the wrong places, causing stiffness, calcification, and arterial hardening. The second is vitamin C. It plays a completely different but equally vital role. Vitamin C strengthens the structure of blood vessels and supports the integrity of the gums. And here is why that matters more than most people realize. Bacteria from the mouth can enter the bloodstream through tiny openings in the gums, a process called bacterial translocation. Once inside, these microbes can travel through the blood and attach to arterial walls, the very beginning of plaque formation. High vitamin C intake helps prevent this by sealing that entry point and reinforcing connective tissue.
The third is vitamin E, a potent antioxidant that protects the endothelium, the delicate inner lining of your arteries. Vitamin E prevents oxidation, reduces inflammation, and improves oxygen delivery to the heart muscle itself. Without enough of it, arterial tissue becomes vulnerable to microdamage, and the door to plaque formation opens. There is one more concept to understand before we get to the plate: the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. Most modern diets are overwhelmed with omega-6 fats from processed oils and junk food. Omega-6 promotes inflammation. Omega-3, found abundantly in fatty fish, does the opposite. It calms inflammation throughout the body, including inside your blood vessels. Getting this ratio right may be one of the most powerful dietary decisions you can make for your cardiovascular health. Now, let us build the meal. Every single ingredient has been chosen for a specific, scientifically grounded reason. The foundation is wild-caught salmon. This is your primary source of EPA and DHA, the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids that keep arteries flexible, reduce clot formation, lower inflammation, and help regulate blood pressure. This is the cornerstone of everything.
Next comes sauerkraut, fermented cabbage. And before you move past it, listen closely. The lactic acid bacteria in sauerkraut act as natural ACE inhibitors, meaning they directly help lower blood pressure. They break down biofilms, preventing bacterial colonies from clinging to your arterial walls. Studies show they can help regulate LDL cholesterol.
Sauerkraut is also a concentrated natural source of vitamin C, one of the most bioavailable forms you can get from food.
And the fermentation process itself produces vitamin K2, the exact nutrient that tells calcium where to go and where to stay away from. This is not a trend food. The science behind it is solid. The base of your salad is arugula, not ordinary lettuce. Arugula is a cruciferous vegetable in the same family as kale, broccoli, and cabbage. It supports liver detoxification, helps balance blood sugar, and contains a compound called DIM, diindolylmethane, known to reduce biofilm formation and support hormonal balance. Arugula also contains abundant potassium, a mineral essential for soft, elastic arteries and normal blood pressure.
Now we dress it. Extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed and unrefined. Rich in polyphenols, it acts as a natural anti-inflammatory and antioxidant directly within your blood vessels. Populations that use olive oil as a dietary staple, particularly in Mediterranean regions, have significantly lower rates of heart disease and hypertension. Use the real thing, not blended, not refined. Pure, cold-pressed extra virgin. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar, or balsamic or red wine vinegar. The acetic acid in vinegar stabilizes blood sugar after meals, supports fat and cholesterol metabolism, promotes bile flow for better nutrient absorption, and provides a mild anti-inflammatory effect in the bloodstream. It does far more than improve flavor. Sprinkle sunflower seeds generously over the salad. These small seeds are among the richest natural sources of vitamin E. Together with the olive oil and the omega-3 fats from the salmon, they form a powerful triad, keeping blood vessels flexible and clear. For an optional but remarkable addition, a few shavings of aged hard cheese, specifically Parmigiano Reggiano, aged between 1 and 3 years. The microbes used in its fermentation naturally produce vitamin K2 as a byproduct. A small portion delivers a direct, highly bioavailable boost to calcium metabolism and arterial protection. Finally,
Garlic thins the blood, lowers pressure, and reduces the risk of clot formation. Its natural sulfur compounds have antimicrobial and antibiofilm properties, preventing harmful bacteria from establishing themselves inside the bloodstream. And garlic promotes the production of nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation and reducing strain on the heart. Here is what you have on your plate. Wild-caught salmon for omega-3 fatty acids and arterial flexibility. Sauerkraut for vitamin K2, vitamin C, beneficial bacteria, and biofilm defense. Arugula for potassium, liver support, and blood sugar balance. Extra virgin olive oil for polyphenols and anti-inflammation. Apple cider vinegar for blood sugar regulation and bile support. Sunflower seeds for vitamin E
and endothelial protection. Aged cheese for K2 and calcium metabolism.
And garlic for nitric oxide production, anti-biofilm defense, and natural blood thinning. This is not a diet plan. This is a cardiovascular intervention on a plate. A strong cardiovascular system begins not just with what you eat, but with the microbial balance your body maintains every single day. When the gut, the mouth, and the arteries work in harmony, the entire system begins to repair itself. Start with what is on your plate. Choose foods that lower inflammation, strengthen vessel walls, and feed the right microbes.
If this gave you something to think about or something to cook tonight, please subscribe.